Okay, good afternoon everyone, if indeed it is afternoon when you come to watch this. Boulder Chris, once again, carrying on the quest for the finished gun. This will be the dirty dozenth episode in the series. And yeah, if you're not aware, it is just literally one item that is outstanding to be able to reach the finished gun. Having already sunk a lot of time into this game before I started doing the YouTubing. And you think that would probably make for a really short series. There were two at the start of the series rather than just one. But they're both rat items, and therein lies the problem, is my lack of ability with the rat fight itself, and especially the punch out phase of the rat fight as well. If it was the case that I only needed to beat the rat, only, it's a tall enough order actually, then and then be able to pick up several keys in the rat fight, it would speed things along nicely. But I'm really not very good at punch out. What do we have here? I can offer a blank to get a chest, potentially get a chest. Let's give it a go. Forgot we might need a key. We haven't had the shop yet, obviously. No. Yes. Oh, that was a brief route round to the boss. Okay, it seems silly to have wasted blank on a chest there, but as I was saying, I need to get the items out of the rat fight, and part of the issues with the rat fight is that it's far from guaranteed to get into. I mean, after a while, getting into somewhere like the oubliette, for example, wouldn't be terribly tricky. It can get scuppered every so often if you don't have a water-based weapon, or more likely don't manage to keep the water barrel intact. It's more often the barrel rather than weaponry that gets you into the oubliette. But yeah, it took a long time for me to actually access the oubliette in the first instance, despite having looked up online how to do it, and, you know, working my way slowly towards the platinum trophy, which I like to do. I do like to try and get the platinum trophies in games, so long as they're manageable. And for a long time this one seemed unmanageable because so many of the trophies are tied to doing quite difficult things, and a lot of game completion. And, you know, to start with, I wasn't able to beat the first floor bosses and things like that. But the rat fight, I would say, is one of the more difficult ones to get into with any consistency at all, even if you are an experienced player, because there's a lot of things that are needed to do it. As I'm sure I've mentioned in the previous videos, the Nord key is required, and that costs 115 shell casings, so that's quite an expensive purchase. And it kind of limits your opportunities to purchase anything else along the way, really. I mean, it is possible to do it with buying a key here or there, that sort of thing. But it does leave you cutting. It can leave you cutting things a little fine. Right, this is the room with the fireplace. This is how you get into the oubliette. And deliberately staying at the bottom left specifically. I took a hit there, which is not ideal. Oh, it didn't even pay off. That damn bird shot the water barrel, which was to the left of the fireplace, and now there's just a big wet patch. So that actually has implications for us, because if we can't go to the oubliette, and there's a fair chance we can't go to the oubliette. Oh no, there's a water barrel there, nice and close by. Right. Let's get that rolled in. Yeah, that's probably too high. It is too high. Not being able to go to the oubliette removes the opportunity to earn cash, and as I say, you need fair wedge to be able to open the rat fight. So the oubliette is always worth a visit for that reason. Wish I hadn't taken that hit now. Never mind, it is just one hit so far. Well, at least one hit that I've not managed to recover from. Okay, that was just a corridor. Where's the shop? Oh, there it is. Didn't spot that at the time. Okay. We've got a vampire, that's a possible way to make some cash. On this one, don't worry, we don't want to be buying the bubble blaster because I don't like it. It does do a lot of damage, but it's not an easy weapon to use. I can't even remember what the macho brace does. They're both marginally out of our price range right at the moment anyway. But yes, having talked about the oubliette, there's a secret room that's opened up there with the putting out of the fire, or specifically pulling the switch behind the fireplace. But it requires 2 keys to open. So, oh, that was a waste of a shot, wasn't it? So yeah, having got 3 chests on the floor to open, and obviously no real opportunity to get a total of 5 keys, we're going to have to be picking and choosing what we do with the keys. Do we go to the oubliette? Oh, don't use it up on the little ends. Now the sling, it's a very slow firing weapon, I find, and that makes it problematic, but it does do quite a lot of damage, and usefully it does double damage to bosses, so it's managed to put them down reasonably quickly. We have got an extra key, so it definitely allows us to visit the oubliette. Haven't quite got enough surplus health to be thinking about selling it to the vampire, which is unfortunate, so I definitely wish I hadn't taken that hit now. And the turbo gun, which I'm not very familiar with. So, we've only got 2 keys. We could potentially buy a third. The shop has always got at least 1 key. Yeah, you don't have to pick up hegemony credits, they'll follow you when you leave the room. So that would leave us on a mere 21, which would be quite a poor start towards the 115. Yeah, you effectively get a maximum of 3 floors in which to earn the 115. First floor, the oubliette, the second floor, the Nord key only appears in the second floor shop. Okay. Our options are limited. We're probably going to have to start junking chests, but I will look for secret rooms first. Just in case they end up offering a key, you never know. Yeah, if you've not seen secret rooms before, I mean, there is one in the tutorial. Does sort of teach you about it. I don't think terribly explicitly. It just... There's one room in the tutorial you go into, and it's already got a cracked wall in it, and that room drops a blank, whether or not you've got any in your inventory at that point. Thus giving you the means to open it. So cracked walls are what I'm looking for, and I haven't found any in the usual suspect rooms. Try just letting a blank off in the shop, predictably get nothing for it. So yeah, going around junking chests. Oh yes, when you're shooting the walls to look for cracks, it has to be with a weapon which has got expendable ammo. Now that has just generated us a bit of cash effectively, because that will now be in the vending machine in the shop, and can just sell some health straight to the vampire and make, I think, 20 credits back, which actually probably improves the chances of using a key. So yeah, I think it'll be 20 she offers us. Annoyingly, if he had a full heart for sale, it is more economical to sell 2 half hearts and then buy 1 whole heart back, but the the price she gives you is exactly the same as the half heart on the floor. So she can have 20 credits, or rather she can have half a heart, because it's still sitting in the machine waiting for us. And I'll buy that key and open the blue chest that dropped, see what comes out of it. Or had I opened that already? I opened that already, got the sling, didn't I? I'm such an idiot. Well, anyway, we've got a spare key for whatever chests come away on the oubliette, and the first floor is the cheapest place to buy keys. And yeah, 41 is hopefully enough of a head start on that 115. So it's been quite annoying. I've watched a couple of videos by a guy called Retromation who's got thousands to choose from. Watched him playing Gungeon off a clean save file, and the money he was making on individual levels was absolutely insane. It was just ridiculous. He finished the first level with, I think it was something like 150 shell casings, and I was like, how on earth is he managing that? It's got lucky that generally the shell casings that drop are sort of bronze ones, which you can see on the floor in front of me. I think they just represent 1, and you get silver ones which are worth 5, and then very occasionally you get gold ones which are worth 50 and help you out a lot. And he managed to get 2 in the space of 1 floor. So it was an outrage. And then he was using sell creeps to sell off weapons he was less keen on, generate extra money to then buy stuff that was more useful to him. But yeah, he seemed to have far more cash than I ever end up actually getting, short of actually picking up a gold junk or briefcase of cash or something along those lines. Do I want to refill that? Is the sling full? No, let's fill the sling, because the turbo gun is not especially good, so I'm not too bothered about having it full. Oh man, they've hidden the old crest behind a lock, so that's probably going to stay exactly where it is. Just use the turbo gun for a little bit. But yes, it would make these attempts to beat the rat much easier if I could have bucket loads of cash, thus being able to hopefully open all the chests, see what's in them, and still be able to buy the rat key at the end of it, because you need to be as powered up as possible to stand a chance of potentially even just getting through the rat's lair. Can be quite hard. Sometimes you'll get an easy configuration of enemies or weapons that deal with the rooms you get a little bit better. But other times it can really muller you. I think there's videos in this series where I get to the rat floor but not to the rat fight. Yeah, that's not doing super damage to the enemies. Does fire quite quickly, with clues in the name of turbo gun. And it's just about to run out as well. Oh, it's trying so hard to stay out of the way of the shotgun blast there. Damned blob thing snuck off me and took some armour off us. Oh well. Oh, did that? It must have just opened a secret room. Yes, it did. Okay, so I can forgive it for doing that. So yeah, because we had armour and took a hit, it triggers a blank effect, and it just so happened to be in a room with a secret room on it. And that's a pretty decent gun, the Frost Giant. So yeah, it's a bit of an evil secret room that, to surround it with so many fire traps, but I managed to get in and get out without taking any further hits, and didn't need a key to open the chest as well. So yeah, Frost Giant's done fairly short work of that room. Can open both the chests on this floor. We've got 2 keys. Might as well do that. On the first floor is where key economy is particularly required. Oh, Polaris, I had that before quite recently, and that's a nice one because it levels up. Unfortunately, if you get hit, it levels down as well. Oh, I thought that was alpha bullets for a moment. That would have been very good with the sling. I don't know exactly what +1 bullets does. It presumably makes them stronger. Once again, the explanation is not super useful. Yeah, okay, well it makes them better. I'll use Polaris for a bit because it is a good weapon that gets very strong as it levels up, and also has a fairly decent ammo efficiency on it as well. Nice easy trap room. Just wait your moment and walk up. Okay. Make sure we get everything cleared out before we go to the boss fight. We've already found a secret room, we've already opened both chests, but it's more from the point of view of hopefully trying to power up the Polaris to level 2 if possible. And also generate some extra cash as well, because we're not at 115 yet. Oh, that was close. Yeah, okay, there we are. You saw the level 2 just flash up above my head, and since there's now 2 streams of bullets, it's very obviously level 2. Oh, just walking into a wall there, thought that was a straight line. Okay, again we've got the vampire. As yet, no spare health, but that might be a way to generate some extra funds as well. That's a decent enough pistol. Buying a single key might be worthwhile as well, because we do need one to access the rat's floor. And yeah, I think again there's another video in this series where I completely failed to have sufficient keys to get in, so that was a very abortive one. I think that's a nice short video because I just trimmed it down to let you see the error. Since he was obviously going to get us no closer to the finished gun, thought I'd just show the boo-boo rather than the whole run. Okay, and ammo up is nice. Level 3, that's very handy. Mistimed reload was not so handy. And oh, there's a key as well, so definitely doing alright for cash now, so I may still go ahead and buy another key out of the shop so that we're as well equipped for the later floors as possible. Right, okay. Hopefully it won't get hit here, and oh, for God's sake. Oh, that's right, only drops down 1 level rather than all the way to 0. And that little explosive phase can be quite difficult to dodge if you're tucked into a corner, like I was. There we are. I think the requirement to put the damage back up a level on Polaris is based on damage dealt. I don't know how much you need to do, so I was wondering, could potentially there have been enough I'm sure I know what I'm about to say. Could there have been enough within that boss fight to... Oh, the mass shotgun's pretty good. Okay, now I'm not going to pick up the full heart just yet. because we've only got half a heart missing. So I'm going to sell her half a heart straight away, generate some extra dosh. And still be able to actually just teleport straight back to where we were. Still be able to fill up the health properly. And then back to the shop again, and definitely got enough for the Nord key, so we'll buy a regular key as well. Can't see any problems in getting 9 credits on the next floor. Probably haven't got enough for that as well, not to worry. Okay, and I'm going to leave the old crest where it is. It's always worth taking if it's just sitting around. Gives you a bit of extra armour to work with. We already found the secret room. Let's just head straight to the second floor. For some reason earlier on I had it in my head that this was heading to the 3rd floor, and that's not the case at all. So we've still got some opportunity to beef ourselves up a bit. Yeah, the mass shock was probably overkill against the bulletkin. Let's get back to using Polaris. Which one is it? There we are. Try and get that leveled up again. Yeah, I thought there might be enough damage getting dealt against the Blobulord that it might return all the way to level 3 within the space of that boss fight, but it didn't. You will not spawn in on me. Although you will attack me from off screen. Okay, yeah, big rooms like that when stuff's attacking you from off screen can be very unhelpful. Bad enough to get hit, whatever the circumstance, but when you're actively trying to maintain no hits for the old crest, or keeping up the damage in a weapon like the Polaris. Could actually sell some stuff to him. What is there? Nothing terribly worth buying in its place, unfortunately. Fossilized gun is alright, but it sets everything on fire, and can often set yourself on fire, which is a drawback, and that just prevents damage from falling into pits, which a lot of the time you would hope you don't need. Right up until the point you fall into a pit and then go, I wish I'd bought that. We've reached level 3 again. And at level 3 it is very powerful, makes it a great room clearer. Also pretty effective against bosses as well, with the caveat that you need to not get hit, but that is always the aim in a boss fight anyway, to try and ensure you get the master round. Oh, that was, yeah. Those enemies, depending on what attack pattern they do, can really fill the room with bullets, so it's good to get them dropped before they can get a shot off. Same with the gun nuts that there was in this room, only took about 3 rounds. Okay, some surplus health, probably not going to see the vampire again. You never know. Okay, is there anything left alive? Yes there is. Now there isn't. Okay, so this should be a chest room. And yeah, we've got 2 keys, might as well open it. Set table tech rockets. It is. If there's a table around, I'll show you what it does, although it's one that can hurt the player. If you somehow manage to set one off and step in front of it. There you go. That's what it does. And we've got a key back as well, so definitely got enough keys to open the rat hatch. So easy to forget about table ticks when you get them. Is there anything else that needs filling up a little bit more? No, that's nearly full. I'll half fill that, might as well. The byproduct of that being that the Polaris fills as well, so sometimes you need to be a little bit selective about which way round you use. The brown ammo packs, which half fill the active weapon and 10% fill the other weapons that you've got. Okay, so just one final loop round to the second chest, and then we're ready for the boss. Get off, get off, get off, get off, get off, get off, get off. Damn things. And rather than calling them buckety, barrely things as I have been, they're tarnishers. I've managed to learn their name. Again, courtesy of watching the Retromation guy, or in fact more for people who are commenting in his videos. Apparently there's a certain item that unlocks, I can't remember what it is, if you get grabbed by a tarnisher at least once, so you have to allow them to grab you, although in my cases it's often not optional. Also the big floaty blue hand that you saw earlier, I think that was in the first floor, there's another unlock attached to getting grabbed by them. The consequences of getting grabbed by them are less than for the tarnishers, because they don't actually deal any damage to you, but they do put you further back in the level and have to redo bits that you've already done, sadly for no improved cash gain, so it just puts you a little bit more risk, because you've already, well, you've more risk of getting hit again, and at risk of running out of your ammo as well. Right, I'll use the Frost Giant as a backup to the Polaris, just in case we get hit and lose the power up attached to it. I'm hoping we won't, but you can never be sure. Yeah, it's incredibly easy to mistime a jump over the laser beam attack. And I got snagged in the doorway there, my usual favourite trick. So another flawless, that's a decent setup. And that thing can still hurt us, so I'm going to put it down. And I'm not really too fond of the alien engine, because you fire it and you go flying. So no vampire to sell the surplus health to this time, but there is a cell creep. Decisions. Buy a key, just because we've got the funds for it right now. And there's weapons there that I really don't care for greatly, but like turbo gun, brick breaker, and the alien engine. But yeah, there's nothing here that's a sort of preferential purchase, so it'd be sell them now, in the hope that the cash does allow us to get something a bit more useful later on. I am going to sell them actually, just because I've never really make use of cell creeps ordinarily. How do you drop a gun? Is it up? No, it's not up, must be down. It is down. Right. Oh, for goodness sake, give it to him. We'll get 30 for that. Okay, not so bad. And yeah, I don't particularly like this one either. Oh, and again, I'm stood in the wrong place. 21 is almost not worth selling. What else have we got? The turbo gun. Let's get rid of that. And yeah, the other ones that we've got left are all quite nice. So let's hope 93 gets us something flashy on the next floor. We'll quickly look around for secret rooms. Still got blanks left, yeah. Well, it's not going to be off that chest room. And oh no, there is something there. So not there either. Okay, nor there. Try the shop. Shop is semi-promising looking, but a total disappointment in the end. Okay, and since we've just got the one blank left, a random room that's got an external wall. Try that one. And no. Okay, right. Off to the third floor. And yeah, see what fancy things we can purchase there, and whether we can keep the damage level of the Polaris up. Not 100% sure if you are using something other than the Polaris and take a hit, whether it still drops the level down on the Polaris. I've no idea. Okay. And it does. What a stinker. Okay, so let's try to avoid taking any further hits. I don't know if the damage buff is attached to making kills with the Polaris, or again whether using a different weapon and dealing however much damage is required to level it up is enough to level it up. Oh, for pity's sake. Right. Okay, let's go into a safe room. Oh, now if I can afford the Patriot, I want to absolutely take the Patriot. Because that does immense damage to bosses. And if I had any means of stealing, I'd quite like the Commando as well. But yeah, Patriot, so another 30. Okay, it's possible. Weird little room there. I was struggling to work out if that guy was behind a wall or behind a pit. It's actually both. Okay, now I won't open the chest just yet. I forgot we had the rockets. This might actually have been a useful way to clear the room. Yeah, we've only got 2 keys at the minute. I'm hoping to buy the Patriot rather than keys, and we definitely need a key to access the rat floor, so definitely want to make sure I'm opening the highest level chest that I can, and blue's not that high level. Okay, something's still alive because that bloody cannon is still firing at me. So I think I'll hide from the cannon here and let the other things come to me. Come on. Come on. Or just wander around aimlessly. Whatever it's going to do. Yeah, in case you didn't notice it earlier, took a hit, so there is a very limited chance of having the Polaris level up at all. Okay, we haven't got terribly good room clearers now, unless I use Polaris in its level 1 phase. Okay. Really would like the Patriot before the boss fight. Okay, this is the rat room. Yeah, and in level 1 this is not really doing huge amounts of damage, and it could do with being a little bit more accurate as well. Right, where is the hatch? There it is. Somewhere in this generalised area. Okay, that's it uncovered. I'm gonna open it up as well before I do something stupid. And that I don't think requires a key. Let me just get a closer look. Yeah, no key required, so let's open that up. Okay. Heart, oh, it's not heart locket, heart bottle. Actually, I may be getting that confused with the bottle as opposed to the heart bottle. The battery bullets would be nice. If the heart bottle does give us an extra bit of health, that would also be nice. But would like the Patriot more than any of those things. And I was going to say there's a couple rooms left where we might still be able to get some extra cash. Not from that room. Cornered myself very successfully here. Okay, let's try using the mass shotgun here. Oh, that was a stupid hit. These debts ordinarily aren't too bad to avoid, but there were so damn many of them that I lost track of one of them. Okay, still need 8 credits. What was there? Was another room. That's not going to get us anything. And I can't see us getting 8 credits out of one room, but you never know. Might have a gun nut in. They tend to drop 10. Well, that is not enough. Ah, it's a bummer, that was so close as well. No, we've still got more rooms. I really felt that we've cleared out a lot more of this floor. I mean, there must be at least 2 rooms to loop back to there. So we might still be able to get the Patriot. Haven't seen any signs that the Polaris is levelling up while not being used. Okay, 4 more credits. Come on, stop being tight. Two, you bastard. Oh no, we've still got another room, Oops, that was not a terribly effective use of that shot. Right, is that thing dead yet? that was not potentially the most effective way to have dealt with that. Right. Is that the 134? It is, thank God for that. And what have we got? So we've got a choice of blue chest or blue chest. Let's open the blue chest. Oh God, I don't like that one. Yeah, I don't know, maybe I'm just not good at using that one. Hear people go, oh, it's got great synergies, and oh, I've got the gunslinger, so I should be getting the synergies attached to it, and I never seem to. So yeah, I don't like the camera, synergies or not. I'm not a fan of it, but maybe there's some finer point that I'm somehow missing that would just make my life very much easier. Right, okay. Hopefully this will be enough to get a flawless, because it should be relatively fast against bosses. Unfortunately, that is primarily when there's no damage cap in place. And of course, there will be a damage cap in place at the moment. And there goes all hope of the flawless. I should never say these things. Should just be thankful when I do get them, rather than trying to preempt them. But we've managed to turn something into a snake. That's helpful. Oh, get out of there. Okay, well, yeah. No flawless, but hopefully we can top the health up a bit and also get a reasonable drop out of here. Yeah, so a partial top up at least, and a bit of armour. And I've no idea what that is. What does it teleport? What does that do? Teleports the user. Its aim is unpredictable. Yeah, apparently there's some completely random room that it will put you in that's just got a gigantic eye or something along those lines. Right, no looking for secret rooms. I don't have spare blanks. I've done that stupid shit before as well. Can't open the chest, so I'm just going to junk that. And it is literally just junk. Yeah, a couple of bits of junk, so we must have been able to open most chests so far. Oh, there's another chest in there as well. Also just junk. Okie dokie, I think that leaves us fully out of options other than to go take on the rat fight. Don't know why I'm putting an empty weapon in there, that's completely useless. I will try the camera as a backup purely because I think that it does a potential stun effect to the entire room, and if you get the room that's filled with the little mini rats, that would... busy looking for the hatch, it's right beside me. Yeah, potentially that would be useful. For a room filled with lots of little enemies. Okay, let's see how we get on this time. Could this be the actual one where we get a victory and then hopefully get the right thing out of the rat chest? And then who knows what my next series would be if that's the case, but that is definitely getting ahead of myself, so off we go into the pit. And then right, right, left, down, left, left. Got a good hit with the Patriot there, turned that first enemy into a snake straight away. So one right, too right. These are far less fun. Go away, jammed enemy. Definitely don't hit me with jammed rounds. Oh, sod off. Yep, good. Don't recognise that. That might be C4. It is. Well, it'll do some damage. I don't know if it's better or worse overall than the teleporter. I've never really had much opportunity to use that before, so we'll see. Might be able to get some use out of it. Okay, yep, that was definitely a good way to deal with some skeletons, and some ammo refill is definitely worth having. Oh, bum. Yeah, this is the room I was talking about for all the enemies. Didn't seem to be terribly useful, in fact. Although I think you can actually do roll damage to these things as well, which might be the more effective way of dealing with that. At that worrying moment of thinking, do I still need to go down or not? No, I do. Play a beam down, top up the health. And what's going to be the backup? Maybe the mass shotgun. Does anything need topping up? Polaris needs topping up. Mass shotgun and Patriot. Right, let's see how we get on. I will try and plonk that C4 down near the middle as well. I think I got him. Oh, totally the wrong place for that attack. Really shouldn't have blanked there. Because I prefer using the blanks in the next phase. But yeah, well, we've done something. Let's see if it's enough. Five hits and one blank. I don't know if that's quite enough to keep me alive. Yeah, that didn't really do a fat lot, did it? Okay, no more blanks. Almost no more health as well. Oh, that's really unfortunate because I can't deal with this attack without a blank. Oh, it's all going to shit. Yeah, how annoying. Right, okay. So that's the dirty dozen. Next one's going to be the baker's dozen. Thanks for sticking around. Hopefully you'll actually get to see me have some progress at some point, or at least beat him a little bit more often, and get to swear at RNG rather than my own inability. Alright, take care. Toodle pip.